OK, let's go back to Tamara for a final question in this section.
Well, this question is from Fraser McCallum, and a lot of people have asked us this question, which is about Scotland. And the question is, why do you support a second Brexit vote, but not a second independence vote for Scotland? So he's saying, is there a double standard there? Certainly a number of Scottish Conservatives are concerned about the precedent that might set.
You're a Scottish Liberal Democrat.
Well, I would say to the Scottish Conservatives, if they're concerned, they should stop this disastrous Brexit, because that is the best way to protect our United Kingdom. I'm Scottish, I'm British, I'm European, and like most Scots, I want to see Scotland in the UK and the UK in the EU.
But what about the basic point?
That's the majority position, and the Liberal Democrats, by the way, are the only party standing up for it.
So why not have another referendum on Scottish independence?
So in 2014, Adam, you'll remember the Scottish independence referendum.
Yep.
You'll remember that the SNP government, to their credit, produced a white paper, 650 pages of detail setting out their vision for an independent Scotland. That was comprehensively rejected by the Scottish people just 5 years ago. Now, we didn't have anything like that in 2016 on Brexit.
Well, we've got 585 pages of withdrawal agreement, and you want another vote.
And we want to put that to the people so they can vote on it, just like the people.
So why not put the Scottish independence back to the people?
Because people have already voted on the white paper. Right? That was there, right? They've already voted on that detail.
There was no white paper in 2016 on Brexit. That was part of the problem.
We are now saying put that to the people.
There were so many forms of Brexit in 2016. There was no manifesto by the Leave Party. If you listen to the Leave leaders, they had all different versions of Brexit. I used to call it the baked bean Brexit, because of 57 Heinz varieties. So that was not like the Scottish independence. Just as Joe says, there was a very detailed white paper which got rejected by a significant majority.
But, on the other hand, Britain could leave the European Union. If it happens in terms of sequencing, it's going to be before Scotland has a chance to vote. Wouldn't that be a sufficient change in circumstances that Scotland should have a second vote?
You know what my concern would be? The chaos. The chaos that's going to happen if we do what you've just described, is going to cause so many problems for people in Scotland, for businesses in Scotland, for the Scottish economy, for families across Scotland, that the idea you then pull up a union of 300 years and create even more chaos on that, I think that would be such a betrayal of the interest of the Scottish people.
Breaking up is hard to do. I mean, if there's anything that we learn from these 3 years since the Brexit vote, that's what we've learned.
Wouldn't it be a significant change in material status if we leave, take Scotland out against its will? Shouldn't there be another vote at that point?
Look, the SNP do not have a mandate for this, right? They do not speak for Scotland, right? They lost seats at the last general election. They lost seats at the last Scottish Parliament election.
Biggest party.
Oh, they're the biggest party, but you know that was an absolute centrepiece of the 2017 election campaign. Nicola Sturgeon had just called for IndyRef 2. And they lost 21 MPs. I mean, that is people in Scotland being very clear about not wanting to go down that path. So people in Scotland do not want this. People in Scotland want to stay in the UK and in the EU, and that is what the Liberal Democrats are standing up for.
But if they're taken out of the EU, shouldn't they have a say whether they want to stay in the UK?
Look, we've had that debate, right, in 2014. People in Scotland are not showing that they want to have that chaos experience again. Because what happened in the run-up to that? Even though we ended up voting to stay in the UK, there was still stalling in business investment. There was still problems for the economy, right? There was still a lot of uncertainty just by having the referendum. It's not a cost-free option.
It may not be, but there's a bit of an inconsistency in Lib-Dem.
Well, I tell you what, there's far less inconsistency in our position than for the SNP or the Conservatives. Because the Conservatives say the United Kingdom is so important that we work together, but the European Union, we don't need to work with other EU countries. And the SNP say, of course, the EU is great, but obviously working with our nearest neighbours doesn't make sense. The inconsistency is the way the Conservatives and the SNP don't see the value of working together with others.
We're consistently the internationalist party. Because this boils down to principle. The reason why Liberal Democrats want Britain to be in the EU, because we believe in cooperation with other countries. And the reason why we're against nationalism is because it gets in the way of people coming together.
Right, OK. You're watching the Liberal Democrat Leadership Debate.